Hello, everyone. Um, I wanted to give you a little update on ivermectin, which is because if you look at my web page here, the channel, and look and sort the videos by most popular, the three most popular videos on this page were all about ivermectin, which makes sense because ivermectin is one of these controversial things and people are very into it. And, I first made this video about ivermectin when the Bird Group released a meta-analysis that showed that it was likely effective. But then there were many concerns about the methodology and some of the papers included in here. And then the Cochrane Review, which is a very widely respected group, did their own meta-analysis and found that there was really no evidence to show that ivermectin is helpful. And the major problem is there's lots of papers about ivermectin, but a lot of them have serious methodological issues. They're very small studies. Sample size is not good. Their outcome measures weren't very well done. And so you can't put a lot of disparate bad data together and try to get a good picture. What you really need are large, well-controlled double-blind studies. The first one came out was the Together trial, and that showed that fluvoxamine worked in their trial, but ivermectin did not. Of course, all the pro-ivermectin people did not like that answer. And there are some legitimate reasons that the Together trial may not have shown efficacy because people are saying that you have to give ivermectin very early, and really it's very difficult to give ivermectin very early in a clinical trial study because you have to mail the study medications to the people after they test positive, and there's always going to be at least 3 or 4 days of delay in doing that. There are several other studies, like we talked about in this paper, called like the COVID Out and the Active 6 study that are looking at ivermectin. They still have not published any studies, but the one that the FLCC, that's the group that promotes ivermectin quite a bit. They were very touting the principal trial because the principal trial is also studying ivermectin as a possible thing. I just ran into this paper, news article in MedPage Today saying that the ivermectin arm of the principal trial is put on hold because of supply issues. They're having a hard time getting ivermectin. So they've been putting it on hold. They've they've recruited about 9,000 participants. So we're still waiting for the results of the principal trial as well as the other two trials. So when that comes out, I will report it because I'm very interested as well. Although, at this point, I'm not too sure that the whole ivermectin thing even matters anymore because Omicron has probably tenfold less mortality and 70% less ICU admissions than the previous variants. So it's just not that dangerous anymore. And so, treating people prophylactically or in the early stages, very early stages, with ivermectin or some other drug like fluvoxamine or anything else, I don't know that it makes a lot of sense when the rate of death is like 0.01% or less. So, these studies were interesting, and maybe it would have been helpful back when the original variants were running around and we had tenfold higher mortality rates and ICU admissions. But at this point, maybe it really doesn't matter if ivermectin works or not, or if fluvoxamine works or not, or any of these other things that they're trying out, metformin. And this one, what is this one looking at? Oh yeah, the principal trial was also looking at favipiravir. So I don't know that it really matters anymore, unless the next variant is more dangerous again, which I hope it doesn't. But it's not impossible for the next variant to be more dangerous than Omicron. Hopefully, Omicron's the last one, and the next variants are just as relatively benign as Omicron. But anyways, I just wanted to let you guys know that this is why the principal trial hasn't reported any ivermectin results, is because they've put on hold because they can't get enough of the drug. And at this point, like I said, I'm not too sure that it matters because early on, people were saying that, there were a group of people saying that COVID was just the flu, and we're making a big deal out of nothing. Well, that was objectively not true, because ha- COVID initially had a case fatality rate that was 50 to 100 times higher than the flu. It was way more dangerous. And then after a while, we figured out good treatment protocols for it, and then it stabilized at about 10 times more dangerous than the flu. So you were on a case by case basis, you were 10 times more likely to die from COVID than the flu, which is makes it dangerous. But now that Omicron is 10 times less dangerous than the previous variants, essentially, it is kind of like the flu at this point. And so, people wouldn't be taking ivermectin for the flu. Um, and so I'm not sure that it makes any sense to take ivermectin or fluvoxamine or favipiravir or any of these other drugs very early on as a prophylactic for something that's relatively not that dangerous. All right. Well, tell me what you guys think. Does it matter to you if ivermectin shows that it works in any of these other big trials, or do you agree that it like really doesn't matter? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thanks.